it could be those self-inflicted binds. And the other Nine of Pentacles, I take the time I need to nurture myself. So right now, this person might really need to tell you that they need time to be alone and to nurture themselves. And I think I'm getting a message here that they want you to know, like, not to take this personally. Like, it's not that your person doesn't want to connect with you, or that they don't love you or they don't care about you. I feel like they do care about you, which is why they know they need to work on themselves. And it's almost like they almost can sense this counterpart twin flame energy between the two of you, where they almost know that really, no matter what happens, you guys are always connected. And so I feel like there's this sense where your person does feel safe sometimes, maybe taking space from you, because they just have this energetic knowing that you will always be tied to each other on a very deep level. We also have Justice. I speak my truth and fairness to myself. And then Ace of Swords. I'm ready for a breakthrough to success. So there's a lot of honesty coming through. I feel like your person needs you to know that they're being very honest with themselves, again, about what needs to go inside of them. They're being very impartial, I feel like, with the way that they're like reflecting on themselves as well. So it's like they're not really lying to themselves about anything anymore. And they're not really like denying themselves, I think, what they want. Like, I think with this nurturing energy, it's like they're creating that stability within themselves, and so they're being less reliant on other things, and again, like, kind of focusing on like what they actually want to prioritize in their life. And I feel like, especially with this like counterpart twin flame energy, they're really seeing how they want to prioritize you, and also how prioritizing you is like prioritizing themselves, because they're really seeing the truth of this connection here, because they're using their intuition. So if for some of you, if you felt like your person was stuck, they were confused, with this Ace of Swords, they want you to know that they're coming out of a lot of confusion. Like, they really are starting to see the truth of things, and they're not lying to themselves anymore. And I think this is also a message that they want you to know that they are planning on speaking the truth to you. I also feel like they want to nurture you as well, with that Nine of Pentacles energy, because they see you as a very valuable, very lovely person. And so they want to balance the connection in any way that there has been, maybe you giving more to the connection than they have, or them being kind of stuck and maybe not moving things forward. Maybe you've had to put in a lot of effort. And I feel like they're acknowledging that, because they are looking at things with that lens of truth and clarity. And I feel like in the future, they're definitely, again, planning on bringing a lot more to the connection. It just could be that for this very moment, they are having to end karmic cycles, or wrap things up, or just really go within and reflect. But I feel like there's going to be momentum coming, even if it's in the moment things seem a little stagnant. I feel like there's a lot happening internally with your person. So I strongly get the sense that you might not really be seeing this on social media. I feel like your person, for a lot of you, has like kind of gone into hermit mode, and maybe you're kind of wondering where they've even gone. I feel like this is a very internal journey that they're going on right now. It's very much them and their higher self and their spirit guides and their angels at the moment. And I feel like also you are very connected here energetically to helping them ascend as well. So it's a very internal time for this person. But I feel like this is going to result in like a lot of good things in the future. I feel like now I'm seeing the image of like a popcorn kernel that's not ready to pop, but it's going to. So I feel like there's an energy of patience a little bit here, as this person prepares. But they are, I feel like doing the thing. I feel like that they're doing what they need to be doing at the moment, because they have to feel ready, I think, to come towards you in the future. All right, so let's clarify a bit here. Clarify the Eight of Swords, please, for pile 1. Clarify the Eight of Swords for pile 1, please. Clarify the Eight of Swords. Yeah, so this person is definitely building their confidence and their courage to come towards you, which is interesting about that, like, again, self-inflicted binds. For a lot of you, this person really was like super insecure, unconfident, and that's why they have struggled maybe with approaching you in the past. But we have the Strength card, which is that Leo energy, which is, I feel like it can be a message of inner strength for sure. Like, that confidence, that willpower. And it says, your love gives me strength and fills me with passion. So I feel like your love, your energy in their life is helping to free them from whatever they need to be free from. And you're helping to nurture them and nourish them. And I also feel like this is about their higher self stepping in, and showing them the right path. And then we have the Empress, your beauty nurtures my soul. And the Three of Cups, let's get together and enjoy life. So yeah, your person really wants to free themselves, because they want to get together with you with the Three of Cups. They want to have a reunion. They want to have a good time with you because they see you as the Empress, which is like the ultimate divine feminine energy, in their life. So I feel like this is definitely a message that if there ever was a third party, they definitely know that that person like does not compare to you at all, or that situation, like the grass was not greener on the other side. If there was a situation where they walked away for something else, and now they want to free themselves and return to you and have a really fantastic time with you, because I feel like with this twin flame energy, you bring this heat, this passion, this fire to their life, this inspiration and this like drive. And so I feel like they really miss you when you guys aren't connecting. And I think that's what they're really thinking about right now, is just like how much goodness you add to their life. And how I feel like what honestly very lonely they might get when you are apart from each other. All right, let's get some more of their current energy. What else is Pile 1's person's current energy towards Pile 1, please? What else is Pile 1's person's current energy? Wow, awesome. So we have awakening, transformation, and communication. Okay, this is really powerful. So yeah, your person is having an awakening. Again, it could be awakening to the truth of what this connection really is, that this is not just an ordinary love connection. This is something powerful, something magical. And so they are like the butterfly, in this energy of transformation. So that's why there's probably patience required, because they are changing, they are adapting, they are healing, they are becoming their highest version. And then we have communication. So if there's been no communication, I feel like there's going to be definitely increased communication from your person. I think they really want to communicate with you. Some of you guys might already be in a communication of some sort. And I feel like this communication I just feel like is improving. So I feel like there's going to be more depth. Your person's going to be more honest, probably talking to you a lot more, because it's like they want to reach out to you, because I feel like there's a vibe I'm getting where you're already very awakened. I feel like you've had a lot of ego deaths and transformations. Like I feel like you're very like ascended. And I feel like because they're ascending now, they really want to reach out to you because they like know that like you're someone that can understand like the spiritual awakening that's happening for them. And like maybe like a lot of other people don't really understand, or maybe they've cut ties with a lot of people. I'm hearing like they've lost some friends or something like that. And so they like want to return to you because they like want to have this like deep conversation about like spirituality and like love and life and stuff like that. Maybe they even want to talk about the fact that you guys are twins or soulmates or counterparts or something like that. But I feel like there's really good fresh communication coming into this connection. What else is Pile 1's person's current energy towards Pile 1, please? What else is Pile 1's person's current energy? We have Atlantis, rapid development, excellence, and success, and sacrifice. There are those worth making, and there are those that will destroy you. So yeah, your person is making the necessary sacrifices. Whatever they need to let go of, they are letting go of that. Makes sense with the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. Like there is this energy of release. So it could be they've had to like, yeah, sacrifice some situations, or just like their own pride is almost the vibe that I'm getting. Maybe with that like strength card, maybe their own self-centeredness or like egoism. That's something that they're having to sacrifice because they're having to look at things from a much higher perspective, and they're having to like maybe admit that they're not right about everything, and that sometimes they have to admit that maybe they have made mistakes in the past and they have to learn from them, stuff like that. It is hard to admit those things, but I feel like that's something your person knows that they need to do. And then with this Atlantis, rapid development, excellence, and success. So that kind of reminds me of like this awakening, this transformation. They are developing very quickly, I think, especially in their spirituality. And it's like they want to bring excellence and success to this connection. There could have been self-sabotage in the past, where your person really was very afraid or something, and maybe denied the connection, or maybe they weren't awakened enough yet to really like get that clarity. Maybe they were still kind of blind, and so it was hard for them to really appreciate this connection or understand it. Maybe it just confused them. Maybe they were just getting really triggered and they felt like they didn't really get the purpose of this relationship, but now I feel like they really are like honoring the connection. And it's like they want to bring that energy to you where they like really show up. I feel like very respectfully is like a vibe I'm getting, like a lot of respect your person like I think has for you. And this connection, like they're really seeing how like you've been really there for them and also like very understanding and compassionate and patient with them. And I feel like they're really appreciating you right now. Let's see what they want to say to you. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one, please? Just pile one's person to say to pile one. Um, we have, I want your sweet kisses all over me. Oh, beautiful. So yeah, they are feeling very passionate for you as well. Let's see. I need another taste of your love. Interesting. A lot about like taste. So yeah, they want to come back to you for sure. Your electricity in my veins. So you really light them up is kind of what I'm definitely picking up on. It's like this like energy where they just have never felt it before. I want to make you mine. Ooh, look at that. So yeah, they definitely want to come in for a commitment. And my heart and or my mind and heart are so full of you. So they are thinking about you a lot. They really do feel you energetically, like in their heart space. Like whenever they think about you, it's probably just like very exciting to them. And they probably can't stop thinking about you because they are very tied to you on that soul level, which could be why they're having to do all this self-reflection because they're having to really think deeply about this connection and why it's so intense and why they can't forget about you. What else does Pile One's person want to say to Pile One? What else does Pile One's person want to say to Pile One? What else does Pile One's person want to say to Pile One, please? It says, as we heal, we come into greater union. So this is really beautiful. So this is saying that I feel like a union is coming between the two of you or a reunion, or you're just gonna, the union between the two of you is going to like intensify, because you heal those wounds within yourselves, those barriers to experiencing like love with one another. And that helps to bring, just more intimacy and connection. When you love me, I feel when you love me, I feel nirvana. Sorry. But yeah, so this person does feel, yeah, just like very ultimate bliss with you. Good things take time. I promise it will be worth the wait. Interesting. So I kind of was picking up. There is an energy of maybe a bit of waiting, because there is something really good happening with your person as they awaken. And I feel so cold without you. I miss your warmth. So they might, they might really be missing you right now, especially if you guys are in separation or no contact, or limited contact or whatever's going on. They do miss you when you aren't together, but it could also just be that it's necessary for you guys to spend time apart, because of this healing that needs to be done. But they do yearn for you. I feel like they catch themselves really, really missing you and really yearning for you quite a lot when you're not together. Um, let's see, what else does Pal One's person want to say to Pal One? I confess all of my secret feelings to you inside my head where it feels safe. So there could be a lot of secrets that this person has kept from you because of this fear of rejection or something like that. And that's why they still need time to like feel confident enough to like really come towards you, with their real feelings. I like to fantasize about having a future with you. So yeah, they definitely do want, a beautiful future with you. So I feel like they or hoping for this union. It's almost like they feel like it's going to happen. And then I drive myself crazy overthinking everything. So they might really get caught up in their head sometimes, maybe overthinking communication or what to say to you or how to move things forward. It could be that like kind of like analysis paralysis where that like Eight of Swords energy where they just get so caught up like worrying that they kind of like trap themselves and they don't know what to do. So this is an energy that they're having to definitely work through right now, to more like they're having to learn to just kind of go with the flow more and just kind of be easy with it and just trust. Um, I'm almost getting with Virgo energy there, with the overthinking maybe for some of you. What else does Pile One's person want to say to Pile One? These ones. I will love you until the end of time. Wow, very powerful. So, yeah, very eternal connection. We have walking away from you broke me. So, there could have been an instance at some point in the past where your person did walk away from this connection or they tried to run away from it or like distance themselves. And it really just broke them because again, super deep connection, and it was kind of like walking away from themselves. You turned my world upside down for the better. So, yeah, this person's had kind of like a lot of tower moments, I'm sensing, since this connection came into their life, where you just kind of shook them. You shook them, and they like had to again make those sacrifices and realize that they need to work on themselves. They might have really just felt like, you know, they were kind of just like going along in their life, doing whatever, kind of like on autopilot, and then you just came in and just kind of like took their mask off and just kind of blew their mind. And so they're having to realize that it actually was for the better. It could have been at first they were kind of scared because they were like, this connection is so intense. This person has so much power over me. What's going on here? This is wild. But now they're starting to see it was actually for the better, and the things that they had to sacrifice, you know, their ego or relationships, things like that, was actually for their highest good. I just want to lay my head on your chest so I'm as close as it gets to your heart. So yeah, this person does want to hold you. They want to be held by you. I want to give myself to you, and we both know that we belong together. So yeah, this person does know that you guys belong together, and it's like they sense that you know this too, which is kind of interesting, like that telepathy. It's like they know that you understand the connection as well. I think that for some of you, they know that you understand the connection better than they do, and they almost want to like talk to you about it. Again, I feel like you're kind of like a mentor spiritually to them, or like a guide, as well as like a friend and like a lover and all that. Excuse me. What else does Pile One's person want to say to Pile One? Oh, this is really sweet. I love it when you smile. So they love your smile. They love it when you smile. I feel like it makes them really happy. You are beauty itself. Wow, beautiful. So yeah, they see you as super gorgeous, especially with that Empress energy. And I feel like it's also internal beauty that you possess a lot of that really divine energy. And I love you for who you truly are. So they love you on the soul level for who you really are as a person. Um, they don't necessarily love I don't feel like they've necessarily been in love with somebody for who they are as a person before, not just like the way that they look, or like I guess like surface level. Like I feel like you're the person they've really fallen for on very like on all the different levels, as opposed to just like one layer. It's like a whole heart, mind, and soul kind of vibe with you. All right, let's get you some advice. Advice for file one, please. What does file one need to hear right now? Does file one need to hear right now? Does file one need to hear right now? Okay, so we have a gratitude and soul power. Gratitude. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what is in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. So this is very true. Every day I have an alarm on my phone for 5 things I'm grateful for, because I find that's easier than journaling every day gratitude. But anyway, so I feel like that's actually helped me in my life a lot, like feel happier and also like manifest more. So I definitely agree with that. So it is important to focus on being grateful for what you have, because that will just make you a magnet for a lot more in your life. And then we have soul power. Always remember you're a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it, which is interesting because I was just kind of saying your person's in love with you on a very soul level. So yeah, remember that you have this beautiful soul power, and that you're not just limited to your physical vessel, that's for this lifetime. And that if you ever feel like you're really down or really struggling, like you can tap into that like unlimited resource within yourself. And also you have a lot of people and energies on the other side willing to help you as well, if you ask for it. All right, let's get you some last little messages from your person. What else does Pile One's person really want to say to Pile One right now? Um, I'm looking at you. Okay, so they're watching you on social media, or however they have to look at you. Maybe they have pictures of you or something. I reminisce on our intimate moments frequently. This isn't over. You excite me, and I want much more with you than just a physical thing. So it's funny because they're saying like I reminisce on our intimate moments often, but they're also saying like it's more than just physical. It's also like deep love. There's just also just a ton of passion. Um, let's see. What else is problems? Person's current energy towards Pone. You have the Seven of Pentacles. the High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles. Funny, I feel like these all kind of came out earlier. So yeah, there's this energy where your person is very emotionally invested in you here. They are planning for a future. I feel like this is like, I'm getting the vibe that they're like waiting for the right time to come in and make their move. But they are really admiring you here. If the Nine of Pentacles, like you're looking really good. You're living your best life. I feel like they really see how valuable you are as a person, and they're really inspired by you. And then we have the High Priestess. So they are, again, listening to their intuition. I feel like they also are seeing you as this High Priestess, like this really divine, again, like being, like Isis energy, where they respect your spiritual authority is like a vibe I'm getting. And I think that's an element of this connection is like them having to respect the feminine energy for its glory, but not just like objectify you physically and stuff like that. All right. Let's get you some charms. What does Val need to hear right now? What does Val need to hear right now? Okay, so we have this little pipe cleaner. This is very cute. So I feel like this is a sign that you give your person very warm, fuzzy feelings inside of themselves when they think about you. And they see we have the word faith. So definitely have faith in this connection. I feel like things are definitely working out here. Definitely Spirit's taking care of a lot of things behind the scenes. We have the letter I. We have this little dice and it came out on the number 4. So stability is coming in your life. Pile 1. We have this little Winnie the Pooh. This is very cute. So I feel like Winnie the Pooh is very attached to his honey. So I feel like that's kind of like your person is very attached to you, their honey. We have this little bottle, so your person might want to celebrate with you. This is kind of giving me like New Year's Eve energy. So maybe that could be a time when you guys connect for some of you, very specifically. Otherwise, I feel like that's like that Three of Cups energy, like good times on the horizon between you. We have these beautiful little birds. So this is reminding me like birds of a feather. So yeah, you guys definitely are just like super similar, deep connection. Definitely between the two of you. We have this little like Ace of Cups energy here. So definitely very divine love. This little key. So unlocking your person's heart chakra, I feel like is a big deal. They might have been very closed off with people. We have this locket. So I feel like this is a sign that your person kind of carries your energy with them everywhere they go. We have this angel feather. So a reminder that you're always being protected and guided by the angels. This butterfly, so another message of transformation. This heart here, so tons of love here between the two of you. This little baby deer. So I feel like your person's having to learn to like stand on their own 2 feet. Like they might get really nervous, almost like weak at the knees when it comes to you. And so I feel like they're having to like build that strength to like come towards you with confidence and courage. And then this little cross here, this is like unconditional love between the two of you. So there's definitely like a Christ consciousness that you and your person are developing. And I feel like there's a lot of forgiveness is what I'm getting. I feel like you're learning to forgive them yourself, and they're also learning to forgive you and themselves. So really beautiful. All right, Paul, well, that's what I have for you today. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Sending you abundance, bliss, and love. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So, before we begin, we're going to take a look at your person's current energy towards you, and then we're going to see what they really need to tell you. So we have contemplation, new earth, 7 of swords, and transformation. That's the death card. So contemplation, they are thinking deeply about you and your connection right now. So your person is definitely, thinking very deeply about you, contemplating, reminiscing as well. And like I think they're thinking about, how to come back towards you, because we have the 7 of Swords, preparation and resourcefulness. So I feel like they're kind of in strategy mode right now, planning a return, because we also have transformation, transition, and liberation. And also the death card is about a new beginning. So your person is definitely thinking out this new beginning, how to bring renewed energy between you. And then we also have new earth, which is funny, all this new energy. You are manifesting heaven on earth through your healing and ascension. So this is your person's current energy towards you, that you are like this energy of a heaven on earth for them. And so right now they are being called to heal and ascend and grow in order to help bring you guys together. So I feel like this is something that they're thinking about even, is the places they need to heal, what they need to do. And they're being very resourceful. So for some of you, they're maybe even utilizing like mental health resources. They maybe have started doing coaching, or maybe they're just looking online or reading books about self-help and healing and stuff like that, because it's like they want to liberate themselves from a lot of fear here with this death card. It's like with this cicada, they want to shed a layer of themselves that they know is not serving them anymore. And I feel like they're preparing to make that transition into the new earth. So I feel like your person is very much like leaving behind the 3D ego self, and they're moving into like the unconditional love, more like Christ conscious, ascended self at this moment, which is very powerful. So that's beautiful. Maybe you're kind of going through a similar thing right now. I feel like this is definitely very collective energy at the moment. A lot of transformation, a lot of healing going on. All right, let's see. Pile 2. What does Pile 2's person need to tell Pile 2 right now? What does Pile 2's person need to tell Pile 2 right now? What does Pile 2's person need to tell Pile 2 right now? What does Pile 2's person need to tell Pile 2 right now? What does Pile 2's person need to tell Pile 2? Ooh, okay, so this is super interesting. Here we have the Seven of Swords again. I take great care of what I value. Seven of Cups, I trust myself to see the truth. The Lovers, I trust my knowing and make a commitment. Nine of Wands, I am strong for as long as I need to be strong. King of Swords, I trust my ability to make a strategic decision. And Four of Swords, I take the time I need to rediscover my vitality. And then we also have the King of Wands, I'm successful in all I do. A lot of Wands energy here, a lot of passion. But just feeling all this heat all of a sudden from your person. So with the Seven of Swords coming out twice, I feel like they need to tell you that they're learning to value you and the connection as well as themselves here. Like, I take care of what I value. So it's like they're feeling this energy where they really want to protect you and the connection. And that they're really starting to see your worth here and how much you do mean to them. And that's why with this lover's card, I trust my knowing to make a commitment. It could be for some of you that your person was kind of afraid of commitment, or you felt like they were very non-committal in the past. For some of you, where it seemed like you didn't really know what choice they were going to make. Maybe it seemed like they were very confused. And right now they really want to tell you that like they know that you guys are these like divine counterparts. They know that again, you're their heaven on earth. They want to have this like new earth energy with you. And so yeah, they're really learning to trust their intuition and make the strategic decisions. So your person seems like a bit of a strategist. They might be a bit of a King of Swords, just kind of up in their head. Again, with this contemplation thinking about you a lot. So your person could be very intellectual. You kind of always wondering, you can almost hear the gears in their head turning, kind of as always thinking, planning, stuff like that. They might be really into like games like chess or something like that. Like they really like strategy. It's an interesting message, but they are wanting to let you know that right now they are in a healing mode here as well with the Four of Swords. I take the time I need to rediscover my vitality. I also feel like this is just about like rediscovering themselves. It's like maybe a person kind of was almost cut off from themselves for a period of time throughout their life. Maybe they were kind of wearing a mask, hiding themselves. And it almost could be that they buried their true self for such a long period of time that they almost really like lost touch with who they actually are as a person. But I feel like with this King of Wands here, I'm successful in all I do. This person is learning to be confident in their soul self, like who they really are as a person. So I kind of get that energy that a reason why your person might have been very confused and hot and cold was because they really didn't know who they were, so it was hard for them to make the like an appropriate decision. Because I feel like they were in a lot of fear. They were running away from probably facing a lot of wounds. But I feel like with this Four of Swords, your person's like taking accountability here for their own healing. And they know that they need to put in that effort to work on themselves. And we also have, I trust myself to see the truth. There's a lot about like trusting themselves. So yeah, your person, again, maybe not being very in touch with themselves. They didn't really trust their ability to make decisions. They didn't really trust themselves. And they didn't see the truth about things. But there's some sort of spiritual test that's going on there as well with the Seven of Cups, where your person is really being guided to reflect on like what they actually want in their life versus like what they want to like maybe impress other people. Like I feel like maybe your person had a bit of a people pleaser vibe in the past, where they they kind of like sacrificed their true wishes to make other people like think that they are cool, or just like gain acceptance from like their peer group, or like even like social media or something like that. Your person might have really sought a lot of validation outside of themselves at one point. It could be recently or in their very maybe younger years or something like that. And your person's having to learn to like validate themselves and accept themselves, and like realize that not everyone's going to like them, and that's totally okay. And the most important thing is that they're making decisions that make them truly happy. And I feel like that's why they want to choose you, because they know that like you are the love of their life. Like you are um the person that like regardless of what people think of your relationship, like you are that person for them that makes them feel home, that makes them feel so loved, and so blissful. And so they're realizing like the importance of manifesting love in their life, and I feel like they're prioritizing love in their life. They want you to know that. So I feel like they're going to start making you a priority. We have Nine of Wands. I am strong for as long as I need to be strong. So there is this energy here, I feel like, with this card, where your person wants you to know that their whole life they've kind of, again, like I was saying, like kind of put up walls or like masks within themselves, because they've maybe felt this need to like be strong, especially if your person is like the masculine energy. They hold more of that in your connection. There might have been a lot of pressure that they felt put on by society or by themselves to like be strong and like unemotional or something like that. And it's almost like there's this energy where they're also like allowing themselves to kind of succumb to their emotions sometimes. Not all the time, but it's like they've maybe had to be strong for a very, very long time, where they've really held this mask, where they've really been like trying to seem very stoic and like unbothered by things. But I feel like they're realizing that there is like strength and vulnerability as well, and that sometimes they can take that time with the Four of Swords to just relax and be open hearted. But I also feel like this is saying that like this person does have a lot of faith in your connection, and they're not giving up on things because they do see a successful future with you. This is the visionary energy of the King of Wands. And so because they do value you so much, it's like they're really unwilling to sacrifice this connection or leave it behind. It's more like they understand what they need to work on within themselves, rather than maybe I'm getting a message that maybe they ran away from this connection because you were triggering really unpleasant feelings inside of themselves, and they were at one point maybe unwilling, or just simply like didn't have the tools, or they were unable to heal themselves. And so they thought it would be better to just run away from the connection and avoid having to do that inner work. Whereas now, rather than, they want to like keep the connection and put in the effort to do that inner work, which is a really big change. And I feel like that's part of this transformation that's going down with them right now. Um, Clarify transformation for pile 2, please. We have Five of Pentacles. Clarify transformation for pile 2, please. Clarify transformation for pile 2. Okay, this is really beautiful. So we have the Five of Pentacles. Life feels so cold without you by my side. So it could have been that, again, they left the connection behind, or like you walked away at some point because you couldn't deal with them and their issues, or you felt like it was time for you to focus on yourself. And so I feel like part of this like loneliness, part of the pain of the separation between the two of you has actually caused a transformation. It's caused an ego death, because they've seen how like pushing you away only hurt them, because we have the justice, what I give I receive. So they're seeing how the energy, like, because you guys are very much mirrors of one another, the energy that they give to you, it's like they receive it as well. So if they pushed you away, they felt rejected almost, and it's like they saw how much they yearn for you when you're not together. And we have the Queen of Wands. You seduce me with your radiance. Interesting, because we have the King of Wands as well, so very much counterpart energy. And then let's put the past behind us and start anew. So with that Queen of Wands, your person misses your warmth, especially with the like, life feels so cold. Like, I miss my Queen of Wands. Um, I miss my person that lights me up inside. Like, I miss the connection. I miss just like your touch. I miss everything about you. And so this person wants to release their baggage. They want to release a lot of core wounds, work on themselves, look at their family issues as well, as what I'm hearing. And they want to bring peace to this connection, and they want a new beginning where things feel fresh, where a lot of the negativity that was between the two of you is forgiven and forgotten, and that you guys can really just move on peacefully after like a lot of difficulty. And they really want that reconciliation with you. So I feel like there's going to be a mending of this relationship if there was damage to it at one point. And that's part of this contemplation. It's like they're thinking about how to bring this mending in. Like, so there could be an apology on its way, or they want to make it up to you in whatever way that they feel they can. What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2? What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2? What is Pile 2's person's current energy? What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2? Okay, so we have compassion, sanctuary, and inspiration. So yeah, this is like that Four of Swords energy here with the sanctuary. There is this vibe where your person is kind of just like nurturing themselves, taking care of themselves. Is a really cute picture. They're kind of maybe just nestled in a blanket somewhere thinking. And yeah, they're really wanting to also, I feel like, protect you as well. Like kind of like in this relationship provide you with a sanctuary. And it's interesting, we have compassion. So they are practicing self-compassion as well as compassion for you. Which is why maybe they're feeling kind of like cracked open, because they could have hurt you in the past, and they're really like reflecting on that. And it's like they're also having compassion for themselves and like seeing like why maybe they made the decisions that they did, why they made the choices in the past. And they're just holding themselves here, kind of just maybe really letting themselves grieve as well. And again, like I was picking up on that energy, like allowing themselves to feel that like inner pain, and kind of like break down. But it's kind of all part of the healing process and inspiration. So they are inspired about, I think, a new future here. It's like they're looking at a new horizon with you. So I feel like as they heal themselves, the more that they feel ready to take like inspired action towards you. So it could be you will start feeling kind of this like vibe where your person is different in a way, because I feel like they are awakening a lot of empathy, and I feel like there's like a heart chakra activation going on. Like I feel like your person's gonna be very different from maybe how they used to be, especially like in a really good way, in a positive way. They are changing. So these cards. What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2, please? What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2, please? What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2? What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2? Falling in love, kissing the divine in another and yourself. Oh, this is so beautiful. So yeah, your person is definitely falling very much in love with you. And it's interesting because we also have the lovers. So like this person is totally feeling the vibe with you here. And it's like they see you as, again, like this divine counterpart, that like being in love with you is like kissing the divine in you and in themselves. And so like loving you is like an extension of loving themselves, which is kind of going back to that like justice, what I give I receive. That they're seeing that the more love that they give to you, it's like they feel so much happier inside of themselves. And then receptivity, allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to give. So this is really beautiful. Giving and receiving love. Again, what I give I receive. That's so interesting, like the synchronicity there. So this person might have had a really hard time giving and receiving love for some of you, where maybe because of like self-worth issues or self-love deficit, like they didn't really feel worthy of your love. And also like it was hard for them to like give love to you because they had very like little of it inside of themselves. But because they are awakening in this compassion, it's like they have so much more to give, and they actually like are starting to feel good enough to receive your beautiful love and like your divine love. And they're seeing that like you are their counterpart, and like they don't have to be afraid of this connection, and like yes, they do deserve it. So that's really powerful. So yeah, receptivity. So again, I feel like there's a message on its way, I feel like, for you, or there's some sort of gift or an expression of love on its way for you from your person, is very much what I'm sensing. Um, all right, let's get some messages from them now and see what they want to say. What does Pile Two's person really want to say to Pile Two right now? What does Pile Two's person really want to say to Pile Two? Um, what else does Pile Two's person really want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? This says we both know that we belong together. So yeah, this person knows that you guys belong together, especially with the lovers. And I feel like they know that you know that too. Almost maybe it's something you guys haven't discussed, but there's like this quiet knowing where you guys are both aware that this is your person. I have always loved you. You have taught me a lot of important lessons about myself and caused me to seriously examine my behavior. Yeah, that's definitely what's going on here. And they're having to look at it from that compassionate lens, because maybe they've really behaved at times very hurtfully, and they're having to really hold themselves in that energy, kind of work through a lot of guilt is what I'm sensing. I wish I was kissing you instead of missing you. Yeah, they really miss you there with the Five of Pentacles. So they are yearning for you, yearning for your love and affection. What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? Two's person. Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two. I will never let you go. Interesting. So yeah, they're kind of saying that like no matter really what happens between the two of you, what's in the way or what difficulties you guys experience, like they'll never really let go of you. You'll always be connected. You're stunning head to toe, and I wish we were together right now. Okay, look at that. Yeah, definitely really yearning for you. Very much like right this moment, they're probably thinking about you and missing you. What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? Okay, look at this. We have let's kiss and make up. So a lot about kissing. And it's like, yeah, that kind of reminds me of like the Six of Swords, like, let's kind of forgive the past. Let's just make out, make up kind of vibe. A love like ours is forever. Look at that. I've always loved you. So they definitely do feel like this forever love with you. I don't want to hide my love for you anymore. So this definitely could have been a vibe in the past where they were really keeping a lot of secrets, keeping a lot to themselves, and they're reflecting on how they want to be more honest with you, be more truthful. Our souls are destined to unite. Oh wow, very powerful. So yeah, there's definitely this powerful union energy between the two of you where it was always like destined for you guys to meet each other. I'm hearing like they just feel very bound to you, not in a negative way, just like in a way where they just know that you guys have had like past lives together, and the coming together of the two of you is just very much like something they feel is right for them. They just have to like prepare for it. Let's see, what else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? The pressure is building. I'm about to explode. So yeah, I feel like this is like kind of almost like the pressure that the universe is putting on them to change. So there's just this huge release, like I'm getting a very volcanic energy. So they're letting go of a lot right now. Our chemistry is so powerful. It's explosive whenever we connect. Oh my gosh, look at this. So much explosive energy. So yeah, I feel like the pressure is building between the two of you, like the tension. That passion is definitely kind of like reaching a fever pitch, and they're really wanting you right now, really wanting to come back. looking at you is like staring straight into the sun. You are so radiantly beautiful. And I want to hold you and tell you how much I love you over and over again. So there's that energy where they really want to be emotionally honest with you. They want to be vulnerable with you. They want to hold you and confess their feelings, because that's kind of what I'm getting with this pressure. It's like they have all these maybe unspoken words that they haven't told you, and it's kind of just building up inside of themselves, and they just really want to be honest here. They're feeling very called to communicate with you. What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person want to say? You are so loved. This is beautiful. So they're telling you that you are very loved, that they love you very much, and that even if they do whatever they do, whatever they've done to you, however they act, it's like you're kind of loved regardless of their behavior on the surface. So they do love you really, like, no matter how they act. And also just like you're loved in general by the universe. And I feel like that's like their higher self really wanted to tell you that if you ever feel abandoned or rejected or unloved, that's not true. Like, you are so, so loved. I'm reflecting on fond memories of you. So very reminiscent. They're reflecting on the times you guys have really been happy together, where there's been like good communication between the two of you. I feel like there's like special moments that this person holds very close to their heart, when you guys have been together. And that's part of why they're missing you, is because they're just reminiscing on how happy you guys are together. Um, let's see. These ones just came out, so I feel like this is your advice. We have let go and ground yourself. Once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to receive, you'll be able to, also interesting, you'll be able to receive. So I feel like that's a channeled message. But it really says you'll be able to release all the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and guidance of spirit, as we have only your best intentions at heart and will do anything in our power to protect you. So yeah, definitely releasing the outcome and kind of just surrendering to the divine here in regards to this relationship is really important. And it's interesting, it was like release in order to receive, and then ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Now is the time to become centered and allow spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with divine source. So again, that's part of that surrender where you just kind of allow yourself to be nurtured and cared for by the divine source. And maybe taking time to really just like meditate and connect with your higher self is important right now. And that could really help you kind of like detach emotionally, or not emotionally necessarily, but like just, well, as far as negative emotions, yes, like from your connection, just like that energy of just kind of surrender and like being at peace with what is and like what was and what will be. I feel like is important right now. All right, let's get some last little messages from your person. What else does Pile Two's person really want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person really want to say to Pile Two right now? We have, let's take this to the next level. So interesting, because commitment keeps kind of coming out here. I'm looking at pictures of you. I'm putting on a brave face. Interesting. That's kind of what I was channeling earlier, that like they might really put on this brave face where they kind of like act like they're fine even when they're not. And then look at this, I miss touching you. I miss you has come out so many times in this pile. Like, I wish we were together. So yeah, your person is in a very yearning vibe right now. You might be really picking up on that energetically. Like, you can tell they're missing you, just like when you connect with them energetically. Pile Two, what is Pile Two's person's current energy towards Pile Two? What is Pile Two's person's current energy towards Pile Two? We have the Four of Cups and the Four of Swords, so totally in this energy of reflection. And then this Page of Swords, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense, like why they're looking at pictures of you, because right now they're just kind of reflecting and healing, kind of like in this kind of energy of like silent, withdrawn, just like wanting to think about things very deeply, but still keeping a very close eye on you. So even if it seems like your person is like totally distant, you're not sure what's going on, like they really are thinking about you a lot and also watching you. They just might not be expressing a lot at the moment. See, what does Pile Two need to hear right now? What does Pile Two need to hear? What does Pile Two need to hear right now? This says every journey starts with one step. So I feel like, yeah, your person is preparing to start on this journey with you. I feel like you're very much on a journey together here. And it's like there are steps being taken. I feel like every step, even like a small one, I feel like is guiding you closer to each other. This is an adorable little charm. It says love, so super cute deep affections here. This is like the crown chakra awakening here, so a lot of important downloads, which is interesting because we also have this blue moon cap, and the blue moon, apparently during blue moons intuition is like super heightened. So I feel like this is a sign that right now your intuition is really heightened. And so, like I was kind of saying earlier, like you might really be picking up on the fact that your person's missing you, like you just know. We have miracle and faith. So this is a huge sign that there are miracles coming. So just keep the faith here. We have this little palm tree. So I feel like this kind of is like that stability and growth that's going to be coming in here. Things are going to start feeling really, I feel like, grounded. And then look at this, we have two hearts. So this is definitely synchronistic that these like two exact same hearts would come out. So I feel like this is kind of saying that like the feelings between you and your person are like very mutual. Like you have the same amount of love for each other. So if you are just like madly, madly in love with your person, like this is definitely a sign that they are as well madly in love with you. It's just kind of like a matter of them maybe hiding it a bit. We have this little champagne glass, so definitely I feel like good times coming here. There's going to be stuff to celebrate. We have the number 8, so this is the energy of strength, so the Leo energy, but also the infinity between the two of you, like this forever vibe. And then we have this little angel feather, so definitely you are being protected by the angels. These feathers like to come out a lot, almost like every reading. So definitely a lot of angelic energy with you. We have this cookie, so they find you very delicious. Feel like a treat. I feel like it's a treat whenever you guys connect or whenever they see you. We have this snowflake, so they see how unique you really are as a person, how irreplaceable you are. They know that's like totally pointless to try to replace you because you're just this special person, and it's a lot of it's this soul frequency that you guys share. We have this little tie, so very much you guys are tied together at a very deep level. And then we have this, it's like a sun symbol. So I feel like this is about like a divine masculine awakening with that sun. I feel like your person's starting to see like the divine within themselves, which is important for seeing the divine in you and the connection. All right, pile 2, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Sending you abundance, bliss, and love, and please take care. All right. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So, before we get into what your person needs to tell you, we're going to look at their current energy with some oracle cards. So we have abundance, angels, page of swords, and the 10 of wands. So abundance says, trust that the divine will provide you with everything you need. Your desires are being manifested this very moment. And then the angels card says, the angels ask you to surrender your fears and concerns to them and allow yourself to receive their healing, their heavenly love and healing. And then the page of feather says, or page of swords, exploration and discovery. And the 10 of wands is responsibility and dedication. So it's kind of interesting that the 10 of wands would come out with this energy of like the angels asking your person to like release their fears and concerns, because that definitely is a sign that like there's a lot of like emotional burdens maybe your person has been carrying around here, just a lot of like things that maybe they haven't dealt with, just really intense emotions and feelings and passion for you as well. Maybe they feel like they've been taking responsibility for like karma that isn't theirs. Like it could be like generational stuff is kind of a vibe I'm getting. And that your person is definitely being called to surrender this baggage, this stuff that they feel like doesn't serve them anymore. And it's like they're ready for a new start here, like the page of swords. Like they're ready to explore new things. Like I feel like the page of swords is like such a light energy contrast with the 10 of wands. It's like swiftness and discovery and excitement. So your person is being called to I feel like dream of a future where things feel less heavy. And again, this is part of like them being called to trust in the divine. And also I feel like this is a sign that they are manifesting you as well. Like they do desire this connection with you, and they're having to really surrender those fears and trust that their needs are going to be met, and that they don't have to maybe rely on people or things anymore. Like they can rely on themselves, they can rely on source, and that they do deserve, I feel like, true love in their life. So let's get what they really want to tell you right now, what they need to tell you. So I feel like with the angels card especially, your person is really connecting with their spirit guides. in their higher self. What does pile three's person need to tell pile three right now, please? What does pile three's person need to tell pile three right now? What does pile three's person need to tell pile three right now? What does pile three's person need to tell pile three right now? Whoa, that one went flying. Okay, so I definitely feel like there's like a cycle ending here. Oh wow, we have the Empress, the Hanged Man, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Five of Swords. Okay, so let's see. So the Empress says, I create what I choose naturally and with joy, which is interesting because this is about manifestation, and the Empress can also be tied to abundance. So what they need to tell you is that they are they are becoming like a conscious creator in their reality. And I feel like they are choosing you and this connection because this connection brings them a lot of joy, it brings them a lot of happiness. And so this person is definitely choosing to leave things behind, and they're choosing to like again pick a higher timeline for themselves and like choose love over fear. We also have the Five of Swords. I will heal myself, and the Ten of Swords. I see the truth in this ending. So there is definitely with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords coming out. Cycles are being closed within your person, so that could be karmic cycles. It could also just be internal, and it's like they're seeing now that even if it's maybe been in some ways like painful to let go of certain things, certain aspects of themselves, they see the truth that this ending was really meant to be, that it was time to give up this thing that was weighing them down. And now they're taking the time to heal themselves here with the Five of Swords. So this also could be that if this connection ended, they are all like in a way understanding why things had to happen, and they're learning a lesson from that for a very specific amount of you. If that happened where you walked away from them, or there was just a reason why you guys had to separate, this person is maybe there's a conflict between the two of you. They're healing from this conflict, and they're definitely learning those important lessons. But that'll only resonate for some of you. So this person wants to stop bringing pettiness into the connection. Is also what I'm getting with the Five of Swords. Like they are starting to really understand that their actions do affect other people, and that it's important to be like conscientious of other people's feelings and needs, and to I'm hearing like think before they speak or think before they act. So they might have at one point been kind of an impulsive person where they got triggered and maybe they just jumped into things, or they said things they didn't really mean, and then later had to like regret them. And I feel like this is an energy where your person is having to mature out of like behavior like that. And that could be part of this burden, almost as like maybe a burden of a bit of guilt for maybe how they acted in the past, and they're having to let go of that as well. And they're definitely seeing the truth in um, that. I feel like everything that's happened in their life, even painful things, have helped them to become a better person and have helped them to grow. And it's like there's a sense of acceptance for what maybe was painful in their past. And just kind of this energy of like forgiveness of like the universe and themselves. So we have the Nine of Wands. I'm strong for as long as they need to be strong. So this person is saying that they need to tell you that they're not giving up on your connection. They have a lot of faith in this connection. They really do see your value and your worth, and that even if there is a rough patch you guys are going through, or something painful that they're having to go through and heal from in their life, they're not going to just sacrifice this connection and give it up. Like this is one thing that they feel like is worth fighting for in their life. And then we have the Knight of Cups. I know that the right person waits until I'm ready, which is really interesting. So here it's like they know that you are the right person. And even if at the moment they're having to go through some massive healing, and that they're maybe not ready at this moment for some of you, they know that like you will wait for them in a way, and like they're also waiting for you is the vibe that I'm getting. It's like this person just knows that you're the right person, and that's why they're not giving up on this connection no matter what's going on, because they just know that you guys are kind of like destined to come back together, or just to be together in general. And then we have the Hanged Man Selenite. I can see the situation another way. Interesting. So I'm definitely seeing the situation with you from your perspective, which is kind of why I was like what I was feeling with the Five of Swords. Like for me, I see the Five of Swords as like kind of like looking back on the past with like guilt and regret, and kind of seeing how things like sometimes in the moment we can definitely like think that our opinion is right, and that the other person like deserves to be, I don't know, hurt, or like we're almost too honest or something like that, or there's this like kind of petty energy that sometimes we can get caught up with in people, where our kind of conscience and our higher self is like pushed to the side, and our ego just kind of takes control, and like almost sometimes wants to hurt the other person in the way that we felt hurt or rejected or slighted by them, or just even it's like childhood stuff, like we felt hurt in childhood, so there's this almost desire to hurt other people in a way, for some people. So anyway, your person is definitely stepping out of that energy, and they are seeing things from your perspective, and they are seeing how their actions did affect you, and they're taking accountability for that, is really the energy I'm getting. And also I feel like they're just seeing how they're seeing their life from a different perspective as well. I'm getting a vibe that maybe a person victimized themselves a bit in the past, and now they're kind of releasing that, and they're starting to see how they actually have a lot of power in the way that things go, and that they are like a manifester. Again, like they are a creator in their reality rather than just like a victim of circumstances. And that they do have like a lot more power. I feel like they took their power for granted, or they didn't really see it. Maybe they didn't really have people in their life that told them that they had this ability, or that they were powerful. Maybe they had parents or something that kind of oppressed them in a way, for some of you. And now they're having to like reclaim that, like that divine power within themselves, is really what I'm getting. I'm hearing releasing the need to control everything. So your person might have been like a bit authoritarian in the past, where they kind of felt like in order to feel safe, they kind of had to like know everything, they had to control everything. And like this is part of just that like surrender, where they're kind of just giving it up to the universe and saying like, I trust that I am taken care of. Like I don't have to know everything to feel like okay in my life. Like I can just feel okay because I have faith in something outside of myself. Let's see. Clarify the Five of Swords for pile 3, please. Clarify the Five of Swords for pile 3, please. Oh my gosh. Clarify the Five of Swords for pile 3, please. Oops. Clarify the Five of Swords for pile 3, please. Clarify the Five of Swords for pile 3, please. Okay, this is so interesting. We have the Hanged Man again. I'm seeing things from a new point of view. So that's exactly what I was picking up on, that like if there was pettiness and conflict between the two of you, they're totally looking at it from a new perspective, a higher perspective, and they're really like, wow, why did I do that? We have the Knight of Swords. I want to take immediate action towards you. So they want to come back from this. They want to return to you. So they really want to communicate. They might even want to communicate that they're seeing things from a new point of view. And they might want to like communicate like, hey, like I totally was backwards on this, like I wasn't understanding, like I get it now, like I understand, oh look at this, I love you. So they're seeing things from a new point of view, and they're realizing that like the truth is that they love you, and so if they ever were petty and hurtful, it was kind of pointless, because at the end of the day they have so much love for you, especially with the Knight of Cups, and they want to bring that love to you. So definitely this energy of like pursuit, like your person really wants to come back to you. And then let's look at the Ten of Swords real quick as well. Clarify the Ten of Swords, please, for pile 3. Clarify the Ten of Swords, please, for pile 3. Oh wow, I'm letting go of my fears so I can take a leap of faith, which is interesting because this is the Fool card. So there is an ending, and there's definitely a new beginning on the horizon. They're letting go of a lot of fear. They're just letting go of a lot of negative things. Then interesting, we have the World. We are one. Wow, so we have 21, the last card, and the first card in the Major Arcana. So major shifts are taking place for your person. They're definitely just entering a new era for themselves, a new state of being. And that's part of this seeing things from a new point of view, is like seeing the oneness between the two of you, and the oneness between themselves and all things. Which definitely I feel like when you have that realization, it becomes a lot harder to like feel good about projecting things onto other people, because we kind of realize that we're actually all just like kind of mirrors of the same source energy. So like kind of fighting amongst ourselves is pretty futile, because it's just like fighting yourself basically in another body. So that's why classically, do unto others as you would want them to do unto you, because essentially we are the same. So that's a huge realization your person is having, and they're definitely connecting to the universe more, completing some important cycles, and I feel like coming into like inner wholeness and union, and like really balancing their masculine and feminine sides as well. I'm hearing releasing a lot of anger as well. Like they could have been a very angry person at one point, and now they like just are realizing that that's just, yeah, just a burden they don't need to carry anymore. Like, I'm hearing like they're walking away from like game playing and just like mind games and just all that stuff. They really want to be more honest. Let's see. What is Pile Three's person's current energy towards Pile Three, please? What is Pile Three's person's current energy towards Pile Three? Pile Three's person's current energy. We have miracles, grace, and believe. This is really beautiful. So this is that spiritual kind of energy I was picking up on. Like they're stepping into like, I'm getting like fruit of the spirit vibes where they're really trusting in miracles. And they're seeing you as a miracle as well. And I feel like they're really admiring you for your grace. I feel like you've been very probably unconditionally loving and compassionate to your person. And they're really acknowledging like your maturity. And I feel like they really admire you, I think, in a lot of ways. And they're also stepping into grace themselves, which is like I was feeling, like letting go of pettiness and drama and being more in that energy of grace and forgiveness and love. And they definitely believe in your connection here. They believe in the power of this love between the two of you, and they believe that a miracle will come, which is really beautiful. And so I think they understand that in order to manifest this miracle, they do have to do that inner work on themselves, but it's like they're very willing to do that. It's like they're starting to understand the recipe here of like manifestation and just like life in general. I feel like they're getting a good grip on what it means to be alive and like conscious. What is Pile Three's person when let's see, never mind. What is Pile Three's person's current energy towards Pile Three? There we go. What is Pile Three's person's current energy towards Pile Three? What is Pile Three's person's current energy towards Pile Three? This is very fascinating. We have the reflections card. What you contemplate can actualize. So much about mirroring and like oneness and like seeing things from a new point of view. So they are definitely in contemplation here, seeing how you're like a reflection of themselves. And time and tide, oceanic spells and rituals. So I feel like this is kind of this time and tide is like there is this time for things to be like washed away and released, and that it's like they're maybe having kind of like almost like a cord cutting ritual, either consciously or unconsciously, and like really just like releasing what they need to. Your person might be very tied to the ocean as well, and it's like they're seeing how maybe by surrendering to what is, they can like manifest a lot more in their life because it's this like actualized energy. So they might be really consciously trying to manifest you right now using like visualization and stuff like that. And definitely connecting to their emotions as well. I feel like your person's a very deeply feeling person, but they're really allowing themselves to be in that energy of just like heightened emotionality. Um, let's see. No matter how things seem on the outside, I still love you and miss you. So yeah, definitely, no matter how they've acted, they love you, they miss you. I'm hungry for your love. It will never last with anyone but you. So I feel like they're kind of seeing how maybe at some point they tried to move on or they like thought about it and they kind of realized like there's really no point because it's always going to be you. So for some of you, they did walk away for a karmic situation. If that resonates and it didn't work and it didn't last, because they definitely feel like you're the one. What else does Pile Three's person want to say to Pile Three? What else does Pile Three's person want to say? I'm going to reshuffle. What else does Pile Three's person really want to say to Pile Three? What else does Pile Three's person really want to say? Um, So I see the divinity in your eyes. So they are learning to recognize the divinity in you. That's part of that like oneness there with the world, that maturity. Also, I see my reflection in your eyes. So it's like they're seeing the divinity in you and themselves. And interesting, again, the reflections card came out. So they're definitely seeing how you guys mirror quite a bit to one another, and it's like they're learning from that. I feel so protective of you and our love. We are connected through an eternal flame, so some of you guys might resonate with being twin flames, and then you bring me closer to God, so you bring them closer to the universe and themselves here, their higher selves. Let's see. What else does Pile Three's person want to say to Pile Three? What else does Pile Three's person want to say to Pile Three? What else does pile three's person say to pile three? I'm learning that there is strength and vulnerability. That's really beautiful. So yeah, your person is learning that being vulnerable is actually a strength, and that being okay with expressing emotions is really important. So communication, I feel like, is improving. Your person's going to start opening up more. Please let me back into your heart. I want to reunite with you for good. I want to reunite with you for good. So yeah, they definitely do want a permanent reunion. In my mind, we're always together. My desire for you gets so overwhelming. Sometimes I need space and time to cool off. So tons of passion. And then I want to join you in the temple of love. This is beautiful. So this is, I'm saying, like, I'm ready to ascend with you. Like, I want to come into union with you again. Like, I want to join you in the temple of love. So it's like they're seeing the holiness of this relationship. It's divine nature. And it's really helping them to like appreciate, I feel like the blessing that you really have been in their life, and not take things for granted, for sure. What else does Pile Three's person really want to say to Pile Three right now? What else does Pile Three's person really want to say to Pile Three right now? What does Pile Three's person really want to say to Pile Three right now? Um, so you make me feel shy. Interesting. So they might kind of get distant because they do feel shy sometimes, because the connection is very overwhelming. You've got me in the mood for romance. Don't take my actions personally. It's not your fault, I promise. So, yeah, if they ever did anything hurtful, they're saying it was never personal. I was going through something inside myself. I'm trying to manifest you. Okay, this is so interesting. This keeps coming out, this manifestation. So, this is definitely confirmation they do want to manifest you. And then our connection hurts and confuses me sometimes. So, this could definitely be an energy where they've struggled to maybe understand why they get very triggered by you. Maybe it just scared them at one point that they felt so much for you and that you had all this power over them, and it might have just really frightened them and made them feel like unsafe that you had this like power in it. I feel like you probably were unconsciously triggering a lot of their like core childhood issues, and they might have been like very shocked by that because you were making them like look at things that they had like basically planned on like never looking at or never healing. And it's because of this twin flame connection or deep soul connection between the two of you where you were basically manifested in each other's lives for at the at the base like a lot of healing and growth. Ultimately I feel like probably reunion as well in the physical, but definitely as a spiritual ascension journey. But it could have been that because your person was not super awakened at one point, they might have just felt like this connection was like crazy and intense and scary, and so um, they felt very hurt and confused, and they might have run away or pushed you away. But now they're like starting to really get it, like get the lesson and how much they've grown, and seeing how like they're really happy that this happened between the two of you. Because they understand that like they would not be like who they are today without you, is really a vibe I'm getting. Like you've helped them overcome so much, that they're really stepping into like gratitude, I think, for you. All right, let's get you some more messages. What else does Pile Three's person want to say to Pile Three, please? What else does Pile Three's person want to say to Pile Three? What else does Pile Three's person want to say to Pile Three? My heart is full of love for you. Beautiful. So, yeah, we do have the I love you card, the Ace of Cups, which is definitely about that overflowing amount of love that they have for you. Um, I'm focused on you. So they are very focused on you. They're thinking about you a lot right now. They're feeling all this love energy. And then I believe in us. Beautiful. So they do have faith in this connection. Like I felt with that Nine of Wands that came out earlier. They do believe that you did come into their life for an important reason. And it's like they're starting to really like, again, like I kept saying, like get it. They get that you guys that there is something greater, like nothing happens for no reason. Like they're starting to like see how everything is synchronistic and like very much tied together, which is part of that like spiritual awakening process. Like that nothing is really random, like everything is very much strategically planned by the universe to aid in our ascension. What does Pile 3 need to hear right now? Advice for Pile 3. What does Pile 3 need to hear? Breathe. The breath is the vital bridge between your body and soul. It's the connection between inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. So remember to breathe, pile three if you're stressed. If you find yourself kind of short of breath, just remember to really take those moments to really calm yourself down. It releases a lot of I don't know, relaxation in the body, and it's really important to just breathe. So maybe you guys could get into breath work or meditation. And then this says soul solitude. Your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you. So interesting, like that energy to just really be with yourself here. So I feel like meditation is super key for you guys right now. So don't feel guilty for like needing to take space from people, and just find a place within your home or just within yourself that you can really like kind of escape almost into like this like energy of tranquility and healing. So maybe you're in the need of like a Four of Swords vibe where you just really go within and nurture yourself, and like that's totally good. And I feel like if you're feeling called to do that, then definitely do that, because it is very much needed, especially with all these energies we're all having to like download and shift and transmute. It's important to really take that downtime. Let's see, what is pile three's person? I'm gonna say to pile three right now. Is pile three's person really gonna say to pile three? Um, you're my ideal love. Beautiful. So yeah, they are saying like you're my ideal person. I'm anxious, so they might be very stressed about the connection. Sometimes music reminds me of you and you seduce me. So feeling very seduced. I feel like they're reminiscing, thinking about you, listening to music. What is pile three's person's overall energy towards pile three? Okay, we'll take all of these guys. So we have the Ten of Cups in the World. So the World coming out again. That's that completion that they feel with you, like perfect harmony, heaven on earth. They might even want a family with you for some of you, or just live together, settle down. Oh, interesting. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Six of Wands. So coming out of an energy of conflict and feeling alone and isolated and lonely, and they want to step into victory. So it's like they're preparing, I think, how to manifest this Ten of Cups with you. That literally could be what they're trying to manifest, is like visualizing the two of you living together, having a happy family. So a lot of negative energies between the two of you being kind of dissolved and left behind. That's really what they want. What's self we need to hear right now? Okay, so let's see. This says postcard, I love you. So definitely communication on the way for you guys. Feel for a lot of you. We have the letter S. We have this little heart kind of like Cupid energy. So they definitely just fell very in love with you, and it was like being struck by Cupid's arrow, so to speak. And it was just this magical kind of love at first sight kind of vibe. You have the letter Z and the letter M. This rune says wisdom. So a lot of wisdom is being gained here. This is a little Japanese symbol. This one means love. That's kanji, I think. Then we have this little strawberry. So this is like Aphrodite energy here. So I feel like you're very delicious to them, very seductive. We have Dream, Grace, and Brave. Didn't Grace come out earlier? That's actually really interesting. Yeah, it did. So interesting that it would come out twice. That's definitely a prominent energy here, stepping into that energy of grace. Maybe that's something you're really practicing right now, consciously. And so, yeah, be brave and definitely dream of a beautiful future. We have the number 6, so that's like the lovers here. Definitely very divine love between the two of you. We have this little matcha tea, so yeah, you bring a lot of like energy to them and the connection. We have these little pajamas, so they definitely want to sleep over with you. This little fish, so a lot of abundance, good things coming. That's a really good omen. This pumpkin here, so I feel like this is about abundance again, like kind of like the winter or like the fall harvest, where like a lot of things come to fruition, and you're able to like reap what you've sown, all the good things that you've put into the universe. I feel like that's kind of saying that that's going to start coming to you. And this little 4-leaf clover, so a lot of good luck. We have this little bouquet of roses. So your person does want to romance you. This reminds me of the Knight of Cups coming forward with that love offer. And then this little Flower definitely runs with like the sacral chakra. So your person is very like, yeah, feeling very enticed by you in a very sensual way right now. All right, pile through. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Sending you abundance, bliss, and love. Take care. All right, bye bye.